Emily and Ryan's love story began in college, where laughter and adventure filled their days. Ryan, with his kind heart and humble spirit, swept Emily off her feet. For 3 blissful years they cherished every moment together, convinced that their love could withstand anything. But life can be cruel. Fate dealt them a harsh blow. Ryan's family fell on hard times financially, and despite his hard work, his job couldn't provide the life Emily had dreamed of. Slowly, she began to feel trapped, suffocating under the weight of uncertainty and a future that looked more unstable with each passing day. That's when Alexander entered her life, charming, successful, and wealthy. He promised Emily a world she had only dreamed of: financial security, luxury, and a future free from worry. Blinded by the allure of this new life, Emily let herself be drawn to him, succumbing to the temptation of something she thought would ease her fears. One evening, under the dim glow of city lights, Emily found herself alone with Alexander at a lavish event. The warmth of his gaze, the charm in his words, and the sense of security he offered felt intoxicating, drawing her in, like a comforting escape from her uncertain life. Alexander's words painted images of a world without struggle, of a life of comfort and freedom that felt almost within reach. Deep down, Emily knew her heart still belonged to Ryan, but Alexander offered something that had been missing: stability, an escape from her worries. As the night wore on, Alexander leaned closer, his hand resting gently on her shoulder, lingering just a moment too long. She felt a wave of thrill and temptation. In that vulnerable moment, she allowed herself to lean into his touch, letting go of her usual restraint. She felt her defenses weakening. Each touch on her arm, and each promise whispered in her ear seemed to ease her fears, washing away her doubts. In a moment, clouded by impulse and the thrill of newness, she crossed a line she could never uncross. Swept into Alexander's embrace, she surrendered to a fleeting passion that would leave a scar on her heart forever. It was just one night, a night that passed as quickly as it came, but the consequences lingered. In the days that followed, guilt gnawed at her, growing into an unbearable presence that shadowed her every thought. What had once felt alluring now felt hollow and tainted. Every memory of Ryan's love and his unwavering support resurfaced, now tinged with the bitterness of betrayal. She couldn't look him in the eyes, couldn't bear the thought of him knowing the truth, of seeing the trust he had given her destroyed by her own choices. The guilt became a constant weight, a relentless reminder of the line she'd crossed and the love she had jeopardized. Eventually, Emily knew she had to confess. The admission was agonizing. She watched as Ryan's tears and devastation shattered her soul. She saw the man she loved, the man who had given her everything, crumble before her eyes. With a trembling voice, Ryan asked, "Why, Emily? Was our love not enough?" Emily broke down, pouring out her fears and insecurities. She told him of the doubts and the overwhelming sense of instability that had taken hold of her. Ryan listened, his heart breaking with each word she spoke. Then, in a moment of raw honesty, he said, "I would have worked harder, Emily. I would have given you everything, but you didn't give me the chance. You didn't trust me enough to fight for our love." It was only then that Emily realized the truth, too late to undo her actions. True love wasn't about wealth or status. It was about trust, understanding, and sacrifice. She had lost the love of her life, and the weight of her mistake would haunt her forever. Years passed, yet the memory of Ryan's tears and whispered words, "I loved you, Emily," sacredly, echoed in her mind. Emily's regret became her shadow, a constant reminder of the love she had destroyed. She vowed to never forget the lessons learned, that true love is priceless, and some wounds may never heal.